Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? I'm just taking a moment here to get things set up and we're going to get started. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of dies and die cuts here on my desktop. The dies are from the In Bloom bundle. I love these because of the fabulous stitched detailing on these. So I'm just going to put these back in the case while we're chit-chatting. I used a bunch of these dies. I don't know if I'm going to use all of them. Probably not, because I die cut a whole bunch. So I should have lots left over for my bits box. And I only used one greeting out of this set, and I used this one, "You Mean So Much to Me." I think that's a fabulous greeting. And as you can see, I have tons and tons and tons of different die cuts to choose from. I also brought in a bunch of pieces of greenery. Well, actually, it's not greenery, it's goldery from the Blackberry Beauty ephemera pack. Might use some of that. I'm just trying to get a whole bunch of things ready that I may or may not use. The ink pad for today is Early Espresso, and I've pulled in two other bundles. I may use this stamp here from the Garden Wishes, and I may use possibly this one and possibly one of the dragonflies. I'm not sure. I have no idea what I'm doing. To tell you the truth, we're just going to play. So you're along for the journey. So my card base today, I chose Mossy Meadow. It's not a color I use often except for at Christmas time, but this is not going to be a Christmas card. We're going away from Christmas today. And then I have some Early Espresso. I have some very vanilla, and I have some of the, what's it called? Hang on, I will tell you. This one, Simply Elegant DSP. That is this pattern here, but we're using the opposite side, which is this pattern. Okay, so that's going to kind of play off the gold that I have from that ephemera, I hope. All right, so this very vanilla piece, I chose vanilla because there's vanilla in there. We are going to put on the inside for a nice place to write our greeting. So I'm just going to grab the seal, seeing it's sitting here, and we will pop this on the inside of our card. Something like so. Now we may come back and do a little decorating on the inside later on. And then on the outside of our card, we are going to put this piece of Early Espresso. And just try to match your borders as best we can. And we're going to set that aside. Now we get to work on this baby. My thought is that I'm going to stamp directly on this DSP. That's my thought. Whether or not I'm successful with that or not is another story. And I don't know whether that's going to be too much of a good thing, if you know what I mean. Like, if I pop this on here, yeah, no, we're not doing that. It's gonna clash with all the other stuff I've got happening. We're not gonna play that game. So we're gonna bring some of these in, and we're gonna build some pretty flowers. Now I I know this is hard for you guys to see. Let me get a piece of paper here so you can see it. It would be helpful if you could see what's happening. All right, in this pile, I have this one, this one, this one, and this one. And my thought is that I should layer these together. Now these are different shaped flowers, but if we offset the petals a bit, I think it's going to be fine. And I'm wondering if I should have used a dimensional. That might have been cool too, huh? So let's try that. I will grab some. And we'll see what happens. And I'm going to just swipe that off there. And boom. Oh yes, that's a good choice. A very good choice. Dimensionals are the answer for that step. Now we'll glue this one direct. And I'm going light on the adhesive because there is holes in this. I mean, it's going to dry clear, but isn't that pretty? Trying to stay in the earthy tones with this card. And then this was just a piece of gold foil that was in my scrap bin. And I don't know whether you can tell or not. It was, I die cut a frame and then I embossed it. So there's a little bit of embossing on there, which just adds a little wee bit of texture to that as well. So we need another dimensional. I think these are pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I guess there's just no way for us to get all the angles covered, but you're not going to notice it once we get them all together. And in nature, no flowers are perfect. They're all a little bit different. So I am going to build them. I just don't know if I'm going to use them all on this card. And I have enough here for 4. And I probably have enough greenery for 14. All right. One more to go. And you can see how easy it is to build these flowers. And I have all kinds of leftover middles. So we'll set those up here out of the way. We'll use those for flowers another day. All right, I've also taken one of the tags out of the ephemera pack and I just stamped in Early Espresso, You Mean So Much to Me, glued it down onto a piece of Early Espresso cardstock, and bam, there we have it. And I'm going to grab some of the linen thread. Actually, maybe not. Maybe I will go, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll grab some of this gold thread and I'm going to make a little gold bow to put right up there. That way it's all going to be very matchy-matchy and coordinated, which is what we want. We like things that coordinate. And I'll do this little wee bow. All right, now I need a wee glue dot. And I'm just going to roll that up like a taco. Pop our little bow on there. And pop it right there. There we have it. I'm happy with that. All right, that's out of the way. Now we're going to build our card. So now the fun begins, just laying out all of these pieces. Now I chose this one, but I don't think I'm going to use it because it's got a white background and I don't like that against the vanilla. And I chose some of these see how you can layer them kind of together? And just kind of make a background for, isn't that pretty? All right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these on dimensionals and I'm going to put them on my card. And I'm going to put this tag flat on down in the corner. Then I don't have to worry about it being in the way. And I'm just going to put a little bit of a border. There we go. So that's glued in place. So I'm just going to put one dimensional on the back of 3 of these flowers. And I'm just going to place them on the card. And then we're going to fill that greenery in around. I might save that one. I might put this greenery on next. Because see, with just that dimensional on it, with just that dimensional on there, I can pretty much work around, eh? But maybe we'll start at the top and work our way down. And I'm going to split this because I can. And I'm just going to dot some adhesive on here. And we'll see what we can do. Because I think these little gold accents are going to be key. I see I got that one down flat. And this one I can allow, if I wanted, to overlap a little bit. I think I'll save that till the last to put in. I think I'm going to put this one in again. And because these are so very fragile, the stems are so stinking thin. They're beautiful, but super, super fragile. I'm going to glue this whole piece down flat. And I'm just going to overlap and let this peek out where it may. And then I'll put this one at the bottom. And we don't want to forget that we've got greenery that we have yet to add that's actually green. So we just tuck this little guy in here. And then this one, I think I'll layer over that. Let's pop this guy in. Maybe not. Maybe I'll tuck that leaf. Oh, I know what I'll do. I know what I'll do. Pop some adhesive on the back. And then I'm going to tuck that in here, but coming out. Isn't that pretty? All right, now we have all these beautiful leaves, and I have some short ones that could go there very beautifully. And I have long ones. The problem is I don't want to cover up too much. Oh, that's going to look nice. Yes, we'll do that. So we're going to tuck this down here, but lift that flower and tuck that top leaf in behind. Like so. There we go. And now I'm thinking this one could go in here. Yep, yep. Just going to turn this around so it's easier for me to poke this little guy in underneath. And yep, that's nice. And I'm just going to do the bottom two leaves on this one so that the top one has a little bit of lift. Where's some of those ones that I broke off? This one here was broken off. I'm going to trim off just one leaf. So that I can tuck a little one under there. And just have that peeking out. I'm going to cut off the other piece. And just wherever I feel it needs a little zazazoo of greenery. All right. Let me have a look here. All right, we're going to break this one. Add some adhesive. And I don't know if we need any more, but let's have one look right here. Yes, we do. And I think that's going to be enough. Isn't that pretty? Ooh, I love it. All right, so bring a card in here, and this is, oh, look how that pops. You get that little tiny border with the early espresso, and then the, oops, we lost a leaf. Where did that come from? Right in here. Now, let's lift this up and get some adhesive on the whole piece and see if we can get this down on our card front. And this just has a little wee teeny tiny border of the espresso all the way around. Check that out, my friends. Isn't that gorgeous? Love it. All right, I'm going to take this flower apart. Shouldn't have put them all together, and I'm going to peel off that dimensional, and then I'm going to put the flower back together but flat so that I can use this on the inside of this card to embellish it. So I'm thinking I'm just going to put a leaf and a flower and a leaf. What do you think? Beautiful, isn't it? I think it's beautiful. All right, I'm just going to lift this up, put some adhesive on it, and put it back down quickly. Just like so. Save that one for after. All right, let's flatten this guy out because he is on the inside. We've got to keep him inside the fold and up high enough on that leaf so it looks good. Whoops! There's more glue on my fingers than's on the flower, apparently. I'm going to put a little dot of glue on this leaf. I was going to leave it loose, but I think I'm just asking for trouble. And now this one. I don't like it there. I must have moved my flower. There, I like that. All right, let's get some adhesive on here. I'm going to cut a wee bit of that tail off and slide that into place. There we go. Isn't that pretty? I love this card. All right, that is it, my friends, for today. I hope you enjoyed this class. And this one featured the In Bloom dies and stamp set. That's what the greeting's from. And then the Blackberry Bliss ephemera is the gold pieces. All right, that's it for today. Bye-bye.